All right, good morning, my friends. Brian with VetteSource back, continuing our work on our Ragamuffin 77 here, where in this video we're going to go ahead and remove these body bolts that I've been talking about, or pointing out, if you will, so that we can remove this cab structure from the frame, so that my customer can use this to cut it up to fix a rustier cab, which frankly, if it were me, I would just use this cab, but who knows what he'll do with it. But anyway, as I've talked about in that previous video, there are body bolts along here that hold this Corvette structure, or the body, down onto the frame. And the Corvettes, of course, have what's called the bird cage. You can see the bird cage there. That's the B pillar on the bird cage. There's the front part of the bird cage, and of course the windshield frame. So all that structure is metal. I've gone over this pretty much in the other video, so I'm not going to rehash a lot of the material. But anyway, what we're going to do today is I'll show you removal of these. Of course, I'm going to start in the back here. Number 4 body mounts here. Number 3 is hidden behind this nice little panel, which is inside, or at the base of the B pillar. Number 2 body mount is tucked into the bottom of the A pillar. And then number 1 is way down. I can't even show it to you right now because I need to get the front clip off first. But it's tucked down inside of here, on the front side of here. There's an extension that comes off the front of that A pillar and leads us to that. So interesting thing, number 4, if you look in here, you can actually see where number 4 is, where it comes up into the body back there in that corner. So we're gonna pull that off real quick. Just set up, get my tools in the right spot. My little bench here. Make sure you guys can see what I'm seeing. Okay. Of course, the sun is in my eyes today. All right, so pretty standard stuff. Hopefully this one will just come right out with the impact. Sometimes these do get jammed up just from exposure to the normal road debris and moisture over time. We'll see how it does though. Oh, there you go. Oh, very nice. It came out pretty easily. All right, so there's number 4. You can see how long that bolt is, and of course there's your body bushings on either side. Cool little trivia fact is that the earlier C3s used aluminum shims. They did not even use rubber bushings in there, which is kind of an odd thing to me, I've always thought, but they must have had a reason to do it. Here we're just going to go ahead and get this little access panel off. It's tied into this inner splash shield, which is fiberglass and is bonded in here. And we'll set these aside, these specific fasteners. And come on, baby. There we go. And there's our other body bolt hidden in there with some lovely, that's interesting. Just a random piece of insulation in there. Now, of course, the way this one is set up, you cannot get in here with the normal, well, let me rephrase that. You can get in there with an air ratchet, but sometimes that bolt is secure enough inside of there, and of course the nut cage has enough corrosion in it that you're not going to get it out of there easily. So what we're gonna do first is I'm gonna break it loose manually. Whoa, that was way too easy. Is this car just gonna treat me right? I'm so used to most of these Corvettes just doing me wrong. I'm trying to take them apart. This is actually kind of interesting. But that's okay. Let's see here. Get our handy dandy. No way, that's unbelievable. Can't believe that came out that easy. Okay, there's our number 3 body bolt, which that one's actually still in pretty darn good shape, man. I might save that one for later. Okay, let's then go ahead and reposition ourselves to the number 2 and see what we can see. All right. Well, it did go. Of course, it's tightening up just a little bit. We'll see if that's actually coming out though. No, it's coming out. Spray a little more PVT in there. This is really good stuff. If you've never used it, it's really good stuff. Really works well. Okay. Well, that is impressive. It's coming out. I did not think that it would that easy. Usually at least 1 out of the 4 gives me a fight. This one's not easy, but it's moving. Blaster in there. My hand's right in the way there. Of course you did. That's what'll happen with these, is initially they'll start coming out pretty loose, and as you get further up, they'll tighten up. Just a little bit more. So I have some more room to work with here. Now I should be able to use and amazing. Now we won't be reusing this one, but that's okay. So, since this went so swimmingly, let's go ahead. Let's go ahead and grab this other one out of here. See how far we get. See what happened there? See how it's spinning and not coming out? What happened was the internal nut cage that's in this separated, broke loose, so it's just spinning inside of there. So on this side at least we'll know that I've gonna have to go ahead and cut the head of that bolt off to get that out of there, which that's what's normally happens to these cars when you're trying to pull these apart. So it's always good to have your Sawzall and your other associated tools handy so that you can deal with these eventualities here. Because again, everything here being made primarily these attach points of metal, you're going to encounter some of these corrosion issues with them being so old, and of course being parked in the dirt. And the other stuff's not going to help it, where the moisture gets retained. That's why I always counsel my buddies, if you want to get a car collection, even if you're gonna keep them outside, fine. Keep them on concrete though. There's nothing that will destroy your collection of the things you want to get to in retirement sooner than leaving them on the dirt for long extended periods of time, because the moisture is just going to get in there. So let's see how this one treats us. That one looks really, really good, actually. I don't even think I need my PBT blaster for this one. Let's see what we got here. Let's see what happens. Oh, nice. Of course, like you can see, there's very little room to work with in here, but now that we've got it loose, there it is. All right, so we've got number 4, number 3 on the driver's side, number 3 on the passenger side out. Let's just see what happens with number 2 on this side. Let me put my fasteners up here so I don't lose them. All right, let's see what we got working here. No way. Look at that. Well, let's get this one in here. Nope, still got battery power. Very nice. Of course, you can see there how that corrodes and gets stuck in there. But that's good. Okay, well it's gonna do that for 4, 3, and 2. What I'm gonna do different now here is I'm gonna have to make a small interlude, break this front clip loose in another video. And I'll be back and we'll finish up the number 1 on each side, which actually is one of the easier ones to get to. So I'll be right back, guys. Okay, time to finish up our body bolt removal as we get into the number 1 bolts. Now, I had intended to make a complete video for you guys regarding removing the front clip. Unfortunately, as is often the case with the GoPros, they overheat in extreme temperatures, and that's what this one did. However, the front clip on this one did come off pretty well. I may splice those pieces together just to show you what happened. We'll see, you know, but it actually, you can kind of see along that line, and I won't go into it too far here, but you can see where it's attached. But anyway, what we do though, once we have that front clip off, like we had I showed 4, 3, 2 are fairly easy to get to. This is the one, number 1, that's kind of a little more tricky. Now you can get to this with the body, the front clip installed. It's just easier to take out, especially if it's frozen up. In our case, it was not. This is just a through bolt that goes through onto a captive bolt down here, 11/16 and a 5/8 head, and then it just comes right out of there and we're done. And likewise on the same side, or the other side as well, you've got your 11/16 and a 5/8 head, which probably I bound up because I was moving it around with the Punisher here just to make sure it was free. But you can kind of see here, if we lift up, see that the whole body lifts up there. Let's see if I can one hand this. And of course you're going to be stuck. That's okay. It'll come out of there, so I'm not worried. But you can see how the whole body comes up there. And that is what we're talking about when we refer to the body lift on a Corvette. See how it's separated from the frame? And the same side over here. Same thing over here, I should say. Now, one thing I've still got to release is that parking brake cable is still attached right there. But other than that, this body, this cab structure, is ready to pull off of this. See how that moves everywhere? So that's basically it. Now what I'll probably do is I'll go ahead and make a separate video for you guys to show you the process of actually pulling this off of here complete with as little damage as possible. You can actually do that without using an engine hoist, and I might show you that method just because it's kind of down and dirty and it's fun. But a lot of ways you can leverage this off of here. So because this weighs about 300 pounds with everything left, so it's not exactly light, I would say. So we're gonna wrap up this video for now today, guys. I do appreciate, as always, you watching, commenting, and I will check with you. This one will drop this week probably, and then I'll have the other one ready for you guys next week. So we'll talk to you then. Thanks, guys.